Hey y'all, it's Michelle, and you're watching Society Icebreakers. And this is one, two, three, season 4. So come tune in.
It's season four. It's season four. Listen, I'm coming out with a new hoodie. I'm dropping in February.
Fire.
I can't wait to show y'all. You feel me? I can't wait to show y'all. I have a special guest who has a special story. And this story right here can inspire you, motivate you, and even make you cry. Imagine you wake up with a condition on the right side of your face or the left side of your face and it stopped working. You can't blink, you can't do nothing. And that right there is what Michelle is going through right now. I'm letting y'all know right now, bring y'all tissues. I might cry. When you found out you had Bell palsy, how did it change the way you see yourself or the way you move through the world?
When I found out I had Bell palsy, I was with my kids. I actually was just having a normal day. We were having a family photo shoot. Everything was fine. And I realized while I was driving that I was blinking, but this eye didn't move.
Yeah.
As we went to our destination and we started taking our pictures and I went to go smile, I could no longer move my face.
Wow.
And at that moment, my mom instincts like kicked in and I had to protect the kids.
Yeah.
I didn't even care what I was going through or what was happening. I knew something was wrong, but I just had to protect the kids and not show them or tell them.
Yeah.
Once I separated from them and I decided to drive to the hospital and all those things, and they called a stroke alert. And that put my heart to the ground. I didn't know what was happening. I knew that my face was drooped down and I knew something was not right. I think that this has impacted me more mentally than physically. And that part is something that I would like to share with everyone.
How has it impacted you mentally?
Depression. A lot of people see that like it's been a month now. I have progressed by the grace of God, but mentally you look at yourself and you're not the same.
Yeah.
I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't speak. I couldn't even brush my teeth as a regular person. I couldn't drink out of a bottle of water. I just couldn't do everyday things.
Yeah.
That I ended up taking for granted because I woke up one day and I was paralyzed.
I feel like with the situation that you in, it's so scary because anybody can get it. Did you ever ask yourself like, why me? Why it happened to me?
So I did. Once everything was happening and everybody was rushing me back in the hospital and everything, and I was getting all these tests because of stroke alert, it deals with your brain. Bell palsy also deals with your brain. The difference with Bell palsy is that my cranial nerve is paralyzed. So that's why I have no movement over here and I can blink to a certain extent, but that's really about it. I just kind of feel like, as far as asking myself why me, I did. I'm a firm believer of God, those who know me know that. And I'm big on prayer, but my faith was tested. And I would look in the mirror that first day and I was like, what happened? What did I do wrong? And I said, why me? And why is this happening? Why am I going through this? But why not me? Because if it's not me, it's going to be the next person.
Yeah.
I think that God gave me this testimony and he has me through this battle because he knows that I'm built strong enough to overcome something like this.
Yeah.
And I can do something with my story.
I know you mentioned before that you were depressed, but how are you now mentally?
I can't lie, I got to give it to my village, my friends, strangers. I had posted a video of me being diagnosed with Bell palsy, and it was right around Christmas. And the impact of so many people have not only they call me, they text me, they video chat me on Instagram. Strangers just reach out. I've learned so much that I didn't know people actually went through this. I didn't know that this was a thing. And I work in the healthcare field. I just feel like right now I'm in a stage of peace. I no longer try to control things that I have no control over. In this situation, I literally have no control over.
Yeah.
So why continue to stress myself and do things that whatever I do is not going to change this healing process?
Exactly. It's so crazy that you mentioned that posted this on your social media platform. How much strength did it take you to post that? Because I know a lot of people be very embarrassed to post a situation like that, going through a condition that they're going through. How much strength did it take you to post that?
It took me a lot of strength. Y'all, I was in the bathroom and I took like 5 takes. And I'm like, oh, no, not this one. My face is drooped to the side. Like, hold on. And even now, like only this side works. So like you'll see more of my face over here than over here. But
Yeah.
I took like 5 takes and I cried every time. And even like the voice, the tone, I was so sad and depressed. And I would just look at myself and I look at the video and it's been over 30 days now. And I just be like, I just want to hug her. I want to hug her because I really thought that I was not okay. Like I was at rock bottom. And I look now, I'm just like, yeah, I just want to hug her.
What can you say out there to people who dealing with this, who doesn't even want to come outside due to the fact that the condition that they are facing, even not the condition that you even have, just other condition that's stopping them?
It's so crazy because on my way here, my videos are still up. And somebody comment on my video was like, I'm actually going through this, or I'm dealing with this right now. I got close friends that reached out to me and they went through this and they never said anything, not to me, not to anybody. They just shut that door and went through it. And to be honest, it takes courage. It takes a lot of strength. Again, I pray a lot.
Yeah.
And although I pray, just because I worship God or whatever the thing, it can happen to anyone. So like it doesn't exclude me because I'm a God-fearing woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can happen to anybody. I just feel like now I want to tell people that it's okay to tell your story.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know so many people went through this. I didn't even know that people were hiding behind this because it attacks you mentally. I got so depressed that suicidal thoughts became a thing.
Wow.
And I held that in and I didn't tell anyone. I couldn't even be a mom. So it was really hard, but you can't sit still. Like you just can't stay there. And one thing a lot of people do, and I did, because you know, I'm old enough to and take accountability. I prayed about it and I left it in God's hands, but I also went back to God to try to take it back and think I could take control over it. Let me handle this my way. But I can't because it's out of my control. Once you pray about it, leave it there, keep it moving, and you got to move with faith.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like you don't have to hide. I was talking to my hairstylist, and she was just like, it was a moment of time where I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to come outside, and I'm big on the gym. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do anything. And she was like, I wish you understood that people don't care. Like, we so stuck on like social media and everything that we think that everybody is watching your every move. But nobody is really watching you. Like, we just so stuck on like, oh my God, what if this person's looking at me? Like, or what if she recorded my face? Or like, it was just so many thoughts. And until you take that first step and realize like, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, they really not worrying about me. Everybody has their own thing going on in life.
Yeah.
And just because I'm going through this, it doesn't mean that it's going to take over everybody else's life. You could be going through something I don't even know about.
Yeah.
So I just kind of feel like it's okay to talk.
So my question is this though. Even though your hairstylist say that nobody cares, you are an influencer. So you always showing your face, you always presenting things online. Why you would have to care since you're an influencer? Like, why you would think the impact would be much harder than just, oh, nobody care about it. Like, you be good.
Correct. So I feel like when she said that, it was just more so to push me because I am a content creator. I'm a brand ambassador for different brands.
Yeah.
And I got to show my face on camera. So it's just more to push me. Like, you could really get in that camera and everybody is going to be doing their own thing.
Yeah.
You got to realize nobody going to stop and like take their phone out and record you or like, look at this person, look at that person. Like, yeah, the people close to you are going to notice.
Yeah.
But it's a whole world outside of whatever you're going through. And nobody, and it's true, nobody really cares. It's just you and it's a mental thing and you got to kind of get over it and you got to push yourself through it. And I just feel like listening to I have so many stories of people who inbox me and listening to them, people who are still going through it. It is hard.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hide and I was embarrassed and I cried and I lost friendships. I lost relationships with people because I just shut down. Some people felt entitled to where like I had to come to them to tell them what I was going through. But a moment of vulnerability where I felt like I was just losing myself. And my whole life just changed. Like, I am paralyzed. And I didn't know how to break that down.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to say that. And I didn't know how to be a regular person. But if I didn't get in front of that camera and at least open up and tell people, I probably wouldn't be here.
That's so crazy that, like, you know, what you was going through made you lose friendships and everything. And now when people sit back and watch your video and everything and understand what you're going through, like, Did the friendships ever like come to an end and get better due to the situation you were going through?
So some did. I've had a friendship with one of my best friends for like over 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that has brought us closer together than ever. But it's other friends where it's just sometimes they not fit to be in this journey with you.
Yeah.
And I can tell God what I have in mind or what my plans are, but his plan is so much bigger that I
Yeah.
just have to trust him.
And for the audience, can you give us like a clear definition of what Bell palsy is?
So Bell palsy is tricky. So Bell palsy looks like a stroke. So like the facial droops are there. My whole right side went completely numb. It just went down. Like I looked like I was having a stroke. I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't smile. It looks exactly like a stroke, but you can get Bell palsy from a viral infection like flu, COVID, a common cold. You can even being around other people who are sick and you don't even know what kind of immune system you have. Excessive stress.
Yeah.
I didn't know that stress can paralyze you.
For real?
I did not know that.
Wow.
And excessive stress is one of the biggest things about Bell palsy. So I'm very big on peace now because if I get the little bit of stress or if I'm overwhelmed, I can feel the difference in my face.
Wow.
And my nerve will not grow back.
Your nerve won't grow back at all?
No, because you are interfering with the growth. So if you are stressed, if you become sick, like you are interfering with that growth to start coming back. And I never knew that. And I'm a mama too, and I work 7 days a week and I'm doing so many things. God told me to sit down. I had to take a break, I guess. And it's unfortunately it can happen to anybody. You could be the healthiest person. You could be the most unhealthiest person. You could have never gotten sick before. It can literally happen to anybody. You can go to bed and wake up the next day and be paralyzed.
Was you at work or you took months off?
I took time off only because they did give me a medication for viral infection for in case it did come from like the flu or COVID. But unfortunately, I got allergic to that medication and I blew up. I broke out from top to bottom. My rings were popping off. My nails was popping off. I was so swollen that I couldn't work.
Wow.
And I was not in a mental capacity to do anything. So I took time off of work, but then I had to get up. So I was off of work for like a little over 2 weeks and I had to get up. Because you can't sit in a room and 4 walls and think that something is going to magically just change.
Yeah.
If you don't put that first step forward and if you don't push yourself, nothing is going to change. You have to fight it. Like you have to get out of it. And it is hard, but you have to do it for yourself because you have so much going. And that goes for anybody. But I took time off of work and me going back to work, I'm not going to lie, my first day, I was nervous, but it helped.
Yeah.
I felt normal. And I felt like a person. I felt like I can do this. I can be okay. Like I can still go through what I'm going through, still heal and take care of my patients and be a regular person.
Yeah. While you were going through depression, what were you telling yourself like every single day to get yourself over that hump? One thing you said is so important. To get over that hump of depression, you gotta be the one in control. Nobody can help you but you. So how did you do it?
It took a lot of prayer. And I did not look at myself in the mirror for a long time.
Wow.
I was terrified. My parents, they pushed me. My support system, they pushed me. But people can be there for someone for so long until that person wants to push themselves. Like you can be there for somebody and you can, lecture them and be there, but it takes you to push yourself. If you're not ready, it's not gonna click. I had talks with myself. I used to get the phone and put it to my face and just talk to myself. To realize this norm, like this is me, like this is who you are right now, this is what you look like, and it's either you gonna take it with a grain of salt and keep it pushing, or you're gonna mope and literally break down and lose everything. Because I'm not working, I'm not getting no income in, I'm not doing my content, like I'm just still, like I was just stuck. And I had to get up because I have a purpose. I have things that I want to do. I have kids looking up to me and they didn't even know what I was going through. You have to push yourself and you always got to remember your why and what's your purpose. And if you're still right here and you're not moving, what is it going to take for you to get to that next step?
Yeah. It's just so crazy how you say like when you wasn't able to look at yourself in the mirror. It's like losing your identity. How was you able to love yourself? How was you able to tell yourself like you are beautiful? What you did to encourage yourself, to boost yourself, to get you here? Like where you at mentally, physically, and everything?
It took a lot of tears. I cried because, and again, I had posted it too. Like I was embarrassed. I did not like how I looked, and everybody's like, "Oh, but you can't tell," or "You look fine," or it's like I understand what y'all saying, but I gotta wake up. I gotta look in the mirror. I gotta deal with this. These are my consequences. This is my trials and tribulations. Like this is me. Y'all get up and do. You know what I mean? You live your life every
Yeah.
single day, and I had to talk to myself. I had to look at myself every single day, and I cried every day. And I had to like look away from the mirror, get back in that mirror and talk to myself. And I just did like affirmations of how strong I was, what I've overcome before, where I am now. I'm gonna be healed, and I know it takes time, but it took a lot of affirmations. And that's very important. You have to talk to yourself, you have to push yourself and know that you are that girl or you are that guy and you're gonna achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
But it was hard. And I can't lie, I miss her. Like, I miss who I was before all of this. I'm very mature now. Not saying that I wasn't before, but I look at life a lot different. I feel like we take a lot of things for granted.
Yeah.
To even drink out of this water bottle right now, everything used to spill out my mouth.
Wow.
I couldn't eat in front of people, drink in front of people. I was completely disoriented when it came to my face. But a lot of affirmations, a lot of loving on yourself, pushing yourself, looking at yourself, and loving who you are because we all change in different seasons.
Yeah.
And it's just in this season, it's just a little bit harder for me. But I learned to work with it and work through it. And I accepted it. I was in denial. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
You become denial on like your circumstances and where you at. And it's like, why is this happening to me? It can't be happening to me. Or, you know, then you tend to question God, like, why are you doing this? Like, what did I do so wrong in my life? And it's like, you could really be in the most straight path and doing the greatest things in life. And sometimes, you get put to a test, and how you overcome that test determines not only your strength, maturity, it determines your character, and it determines if you're ready for the next step and phase in your life that's about to come.
Yeah. It's so crazy that you mentioned that we take a lot of things for granted. And it's so crazy because I remember I had my good friend Jasmine come on, and the number one thing she said is one thing we take for granted is smiling. Like we don't know how important it is to smile. Going through these trials, tribulations, I always believe that God put us through trials, tribulations, obstacle, challenges for a reason. Either trying to elevate us to make us grow, trying to make us become the person that we need to become. What do you feel like God is trying to do for you?
I feel like this season, it was to mold me to become a better version of myself that I want to say I used to be, but it molded me to love myself in the most ugliest way because no matter what I look like or how I look, I have to love myself in any condition, in any season.
Yeah.
Because although physically it messes with me, mentally it takes over. And a lot of people don't talk about mental health. And mental health is a huge thing because it kills people. So I feel like this was my season to spread awareness, to show people that you can love yourself in any condition you're in any situation that you're brought upon, that you can overcome anything and it's always temporary. But I think that this was I've been holding back on what's the next step in my life.
Yeah.
Or what's the next phase. And I have officially signed up for nursing school. I think that was my biggest accomplishment through this. So I'm more confident in like, I can get to this place even if I'm going through this. This doesn't have to stop me or hold me back, but it gave me a lot of confidence. And yeah, nursing school is the next step.
Being where you are now, what would you tell yourself in the beginning to get through it?
Get up, because there were times I couldn't even get out of bed. That's why I say when I look every day, look at my old videos. And I cry and I be like, I just want to hug her because we be stuck in that moment. Like we are going through the worst times of our lives or, we are going through something. And then once we overcome that, that bump or that obstacle, we never look back. Like we never go back to where like, yo, this is where I was and this is where I am. And we just keep going forward, not knowing that you can go right back to where you was, before you got to where you were. I would literally tell myself to get up. I would tell myself that I'm beautiful, that I can keep fighting, that I can fight this. And I chose to fight this. In the beginning, I didn't. I was terrified and I didn't want to fight. I gave up big time, but I fought and I decided to love me. I decided to love God even more. Actually putting this into my life because I was very ungrateful, and it made my relationship with God a lot stronger as well. And although before I used to ask why, I'm grateful that this happened to my life.
What's one piece of advice that you can give to the audience?
Don't hold back. And if you're going through anything, even mental health, something small as losing a job or financially not being stable and you feel like you are alone, you're not. If you want to post something that you're going through, do it. Because it's so many people around this world that are going through things and they just shut down and they're alone. It's so many people that you hear go through suicidal things or, just don't make it because they isolate themselves and they feel like nobody cares about them and nobody's going to be there for them. And that's all in your head because you can do this. You can overcome things. You can keep pushing. Love on yourself and accept the help from your village because your village, the support, it helps so much. And don't give up. Never give up. Allow it to have every emotion, but don't let that emotion take over everything.
A piece of advice that I can give out to y'all is to accept things for what it is. I feel like sometimes when we try to fight or not understand, we keep asking ourselves, why this happened to me? Why I'm going through this? Accept it for what it is. And I know it's easy said and done, but when you always try to fight against the things that you don't have no control of, it drives you crazy. It puts you in a bad situation where now you're mentally damaged. Now you don't want to do certain things. Now you don't want to love yourself. Just accept it for what it is. Yes. Michelle, thank you so much for coming on this platform and telling everybody your special story. I really appreciate this a lot.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting this be a safe place. Not only for me, but like your audience, for those who do come on your podcast. You make it a safe place where people can open up and be vulnerable and honest and let a lot of things out because not a lot of people know I was suicidal over this. A lot of people knew that I was so depressed. People just thought that, oh, she's going to be okay. Or like, I don't talk about it on a daily basis because Bell palsy doesn't define who I am. I'm still who I am. So I just thank you. I don't even see it as like a podcast. It's just an outlet of breathe, like having to breathe and be okay. So I thank you for having me.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming on. Look, that's episode 1 for season 4, man. I'll see y'all next time.